Greetings, everyone. This is Reverend Ruth Ansari Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, and I am here at Hempstead Lake State Park again because I'm running out of sunlight. So I figured I'm like in the middle of the forest. Why not? Anyhow, this is Reverend Ruth Ansari Bar with Angel Healing Ministries, and our mission statement is: our mission is to guide you on your path to find God, while we support you with love and light, and show you how important truth and faith are on your path back to God, and show you how important truth and faith are on your path back to God. You see, my friends, I'm out here in the forest. And I'm just like, kind of looking around. It's kind of pretty out here. It's a nice, brisk fall day, totally. And behind me is the entrance that I came from. Can you see it? There, maybe. There, that little light with that light shining. So I'm out here just enjoying it, trying to see how many leaves have changed since we've been out here. But I also want to talk about something called believe. Remember, there are like four very important things in the universe to be thinking of that are motivations. And that's hope, faith, belief, and love. And well, does love kind of fit in there? Maybe. But the major things that I can think of are like faith, hope, and believe. And those three things are very important because as we believe, we grow and we find ourselves doing a lot more than we expect we could do. We didn't know that there was so much we can do because God gave us all these gifts, and and these gifts gave us the opportunity to do something special with our lives. And the gifts when wow, that's going to be interesting to go down there today. The gifts that we were given, that God gave us, we all have like these special gifts that God gives us to come to the earth and use to help us with certain things. But one of the things is like belief, which is very important because we have to believe in ourselves to do certain things. Like especially if you have the gift of writing and you have a story you want to get out, right? And there's a tough competition out there with writing, because I have a lot of stories myself that are very very powerful, and it's just like it can be a challenge, but you have to believe in yourself, and that's important with belief. It's a very important thing. So my friends, when you believe in yourself and can do a lot of things, because belief is very important. One of the things belief does, it gives us a motivation to do more than we want to. We have to have that belief to start with it. First we start to believe, then we have hope, and then we keep faith. Basically, the way they kind of fit, because I talked about faith at another time, but I'm going to talk about these three items specifically to see how they fit together. Okay? When you believe, you tell yourself that I can do this, I can do that, this is something I can do, I'm not going to give up. And you can do anything you put your heart and soul into, my friends. You just have to believe. There are numerous people out there in the world, my friends, that wouldn't have made it as far as they did because they believed in themselves. And that's what God wants you to do. God wants you to believe in yourself as much as you possibly can. And when you believe in yourself, my friends, you have a better chance of getting to a point where you need to go. And we have to have a strong faith, belief in ourselves. We'll talk about faith in a second. But first, believing is the first step in doing something that you truly love and that you truly want to do. When you believe, you make it all happen. When you believe, you create in your mind a reality of how would it be if it did work out. You see, my friends, when we believe in ourselves, we can do just about anything, from getting a job as a CEO, for moving upward in life, making it to the top of the corporate ladder. There's so many things we can do when we have enough belief in ourselves. We can write a story that will just build an incredible gift that has a message that people need to hear. These are just things that all count on believing. Artists and musicians have to believe in themselves enough to be successful. And it's not easy when you have all those challenges out there and when you have all that competition. But the truth is, they're good, but you're just as good. Nobody's really perfect. Everyone has a gift. It's just a matter, is it your calling? And as we talked about, if it is your calling, then God will make sure it happens for you. You just have to believe. Once again, that belief comes up. You have to believe in everything. You have to believe that you're going to make it in life. You have to believe that everything's going to be okay. And then you have to go forward in life. When we have enough belief in ourselves, my friends, we can accomplish so much. It's just a matter of time of us believing in what we can do, you see. Because belief is a powerful thing to do. Think about it. If you believe enough and all of a sudden it happens for you, can you just imagine how you're going to feel when you put so much belief in that, and you put so much belief in what you're going to do, and then all of a sudden somehow you accomplish it all, you know? And when you accomplish it, it's a good feeling, you see. And we want to be happy and joyous in life. And to make things happen, it does require a lot of belief in you, yourself, and others. And believing that you can do something. You remember how we talked about in another video, you're worth it or you can do it? Again, all of that falls into place with believing in yourself, my friends. And it's not an easy situation because sometimes we get nervous and we get scared and we look at the competition, we get discouraged, and we keep on trying and we send out manuscripts right and left and nothing happens from them, and it's so easy to get discouraged. You just can't give up, because the more you believe in yourself, the more incredible you'll feel. Because if you give up, won't you resent yourself more if you didn't try? So isn't it better to have tried to be successful and do it? Or it's just something like that. Maybe not everybody fails at what they're going to do, but God doesn't want you to give up on your dreams. God wants you to go forward with your dreams. And it's all a matter of you believing and having faith that you can make this happen, that you can be successful. Barry Manilow didn't make it as far unless he believed in himself. I didn't make it this far as a minister unless I believed in myself. My mentors always told me that I had to believe in myself more. And one of my biggest issues I've always had, my friends, is believing, confidence. I don't know why, but my confidence level has always been challenged. Maybe it's because maybe the way I live my life, maybe the way things were in my life. Maybe I didn't get enough support from the fam. I mean, my dad was a wonderful man, but when it came to stuff that didn't seem realistic to him, he didn't believe enough in me until one day I proved it to him. Because, I told him I wanted to be a writer, and he didn't believe it. He said to me, I'll believe it when I see you get something published. So he challenged me, my father, and I went and did it. And guess what? I got something published. I got something published in a book for a child, especially a baby, basically. Of course, I didn't get paid for it. It was a gift from me, and I put it in for this one church member, for their son to read this book when he grew up. This story, and it was a simple story that I wrote when I was like 13 years old, and I was like in Arizona. I was like in California with my family when I did it, and it was called The Raspberry Mountain, and it was amazing. People couldn't believe it, how I was able to create something so big from such a short story, from such a small item, which was a raspberry ice cream cone that I had for dessert that day. I created a whole nother world around it. Right then and there, that's when I knew I had some kind of a gift where writing was concerned. And I wanted to focus on it. And I was writing stuff already at 6 years old. I was writing about worlds that, all these different galaxies and planets, all at 6 years old. Can you imagine what my family must have thought? And I have those writings somewhere in the basement somewhere. Okay, maybe the English and the spelling's not good. I mean, come on, I was like 6 or 7 years old, but yet the stories are still in existence. And if I could find all these stories, I would put them into like a children's short story novelette type of thing. It would be a bunch of all these short stories for children to read, as once in the middle of the night, like 4 or 5 page stories, cute little ones that parents could read to their kids, or 10-page stories, things like that. And it's just that's when I realized I had a special gift, and my parents got so scared, and they brought me to some doctor. The doctor said, "Well, you just stop it, you two. Your daughter's very creative." And she has a special gift that when she can really create a world. Her own world is basically what they told my parents. And my parents just left it alone. And then one day my dad challenged me, and I got one of my short stories into something else, and he's like, okay, well, now I believe you. So you see, I had to believe in myself before my father believed in me. Sometimes that's the way it works, my friends. Sometimes we have to believe in ourselves first, and we have to prove to certain people that we can do certain things. And when they see the loyalty behind it, and when people see how dedicated you are, they may try and convince you otherwise. But this is the test, my friends. Basically, you have to keep pushing forward and believe in yourself, because the more you believe in yourself, my friends, the better option you have to have things completed as you want them completed. And maybe you need to prove to your friends sometimes that for them to believe enough in you, that maybe you have to prove it to them. Maybe they haven't seen you complete things before, but the moment you complete stuff and you believe enough in yourself, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish. One thing I did learn, when I'm really after something and when I really believe in something's going to happen, I go for it. I got into a magazine called Nightingale News because I believed in myself enough. And that proved too that I was right. And throughout school, I worked for the high school newspaper or the college newspaper, all because I had belief in myself. And miraculously, I met some singers and dance and actors that I never expected I was going to meet. I'm still friends with Anything, but I met Anything Box, and I'm still kind of acquaintances with them. And unfortunately, Gregory Hines has passed on, but he was the sweetest man when I met him. And it's just, it's just amazing when you believe enough in yourself. And from believing enough in yourself, what you accomplish. Thanks, my friends. And that's our ditty on belief. And we're going to talk a little bit about hope and stuff. We'll talk about that in the next video, because I don't want to make this a super long video. But by believing in yourself, my friends, when you have enough belief, you can accomplish anything. Thanks. We love you. Namaste. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe. We love you. Namaste. And this is Reverend Ruth on Starry Bar with Angel Healing Ministries. We love you. Thanks.